are. Welcome back to session 17 of Into the Unknown with GM Jeremy. Jumping right back into the middle of some combat here. Take it away.
Hello, hello. We are playing Into the Unknown. The chapter is for the time they are changing. We have entered the village in distress. Civil war is happening. The Seelie and Unseelie courts are fighting each other over power. It seems some of the elders of the Seelie court have been run off, and high members of the Unseelie court are, trying to assassinate or kill Cerebel, the daughter of the once village elder. Some people wanted to put her as elder, and it seems that a faction of the village doesn't want that to happen and have called to arms. Feyrin seems a little insane and is displaying features and abilities that might say that she has gone to the dark side, more so than just being Unseelie. That she is following a dark god of destruction and might have been an agent for that many years ago when the tree was attacked. She has called forth some of her minions to aid her in combat. So she has two basically tree it's hard to say the word for me. We'll just say minions. They're tree woots. There we go. That's their technical term. And then these large spider as well. The large spider is different. It's ebony. You notice as you get closer to it that it's more like a ebony stone covered up in wood and vines and things like that. So it's different than the two tree woots. It seems to be in the spider has been captured or detained by the Timberwolf. The tree has given us a little shade, or at least given Kellum a little shade, so he doesn't have to fight with disadvantage in the area. And also kind of restricting Feyrin's movement a little bit. She's not moving around as quickly as she could. Gorman, basically the head of the hunt, the city guard, the old man at the door, at the gate, who is of neutral between the two Seelie and Unseelie court, has taken arms up against Faryen, the Unseelie druid, and seems to be helping protect Cerebel. He has come in with a couple centaurs and is helping with a fight. They're during the combat, you hear combat kind of around you and farther in the residential area of the village, so you know that there's other battles being had. But we're here at the tree with our new dryad friend, Egg, who has been, she has grown a little bit, kind of come into age, shall we say. And the legs and bottom part of her body is being wrapped in vines from the tree, who she has named John Doe. To the side of y'all, there's a personal battle being fought with Orist and Rayhorn. Rayhorn is a crafty and deadly fighter slash druid. She has some druid capabilities and such. Orist has been one of the hunters, and he carries a large two-handed battle axe and some wonderful armor. So they're having a little personal battle to the side. They basically, if anybody kind of gets near, they basically will cut eyes at you as, don't third party our little squabble
or whatever.
Yes, basically, yes. It seems like they might have been lovers at one point. So yeah. So they're finally getting a chance to have words. Well, with steel. A few of the village members have come to your aid. The silent elf, only known as L, has not really participated too much in the conflict. She seems to be in deep thought, trying to figure out what her position is. Western has been preparing himself and is about to enter the fray. He's behind the group. Oh, well, and then let's talk about the group itself. Kellum, still in large form, seems to be taking a nap on the local blacksmith. It's like, if I'm gonna fall, I'm falling on you.
Broadside of the barn hits you.
Mm-hmm. Kellum, the barn keeper. No. And Necra are in combat melee with Farian, and this the blacksmith Grimp. Let's see. We have a few unseelie hanging out around the outskirts, waiting to pounce on some unexpected individuals, maybe, as they get closer. And we're about to see Ashra and Banthor. You have blue dots on you. I can't remember what the blue dots are. Do you have any recollection of why?
I have spiritual weapon up, so it might be that.
Okay.
For me.
Banthor's got a blue and a red. I'm trying to remember what the heck happened to Banthor.
One is a witch bolt. Now the red I've got a number on. I think that's something I put on personally for to know how many turns of witch bolt I have left.
Okay. So the two of you had the blue dot on you. I'm just trying to figure out what that is.
Probably spells. Because I have spiritual weapon and he had witch bolt up.
Gotcha. Maybe I put the red up to remind me that he had a concentration. So, because that's usually what I do is put a red dot up for concentration. Yeah, I don't seem to want to remember. All right. Well, we have any questions before Kellum squishes? All right, Kellum, I need you to do an unarmed attack to put your hand on Kellum's head and use him as use him as a countertop as you try to get up, kind of thing. Oh, help me up there, buddy.
All right.
Uh,
So 12.
Okay. I guess with advantage, since you're kind of yeah.
I'm
Okay. Unfortunately.
literally completely on top of him.
Right. You're right. That's So I guess you got him flanked.
14 then.
14. Okay. Alrighty, and then roll the damage for a unarmed. Yeah, the 4. Okay. And then I will
Enlarged as well.
correct.
Put that added in there. So that's a 2. So that's 6 total.
Okay, and then I'll put it a D6 for your weight, just to another 4 there. So 10 points altogether.
Yep. And if I can, as I get back up onto my feet, I will, while he's still flat on the ground, I will put my left foot on top of him. So yeah, I'm standing on him as I continue to fight the witch lady.
So dude's prone and restrained.
Maybe, if the GM allows it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
it would pretty much be a grapple from the ground. Or something.
I wouldn't be too focused on keeping him there. It's more of a, I guess you could say, Kellum's doing this. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, it's more of a just kind of putting him in his place move.
Okay. So, interacting with your environment, you can place your foot on him. And if he tries to get up, then you can have a grappling contest.
Okay.
But you don't have him grappled or pinned or anything per se. Though you do have your weight on him.
Mm-hmm.
So it will make things difficult for him.
So just being in his way, kind of. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Without taking up an action to actually do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but you did your unarmed. It's really not that hard to stand up on something if you're already there, especially if you're much larger. So, I'm not going to say no. You don't have the actions for that. But but we're not going to do a full pin or a full grapple. So,
No, don't need that. All right.
but we'll do in between. So, yeah.
Just trying to take advantage of my giant size as much as I can.
Gotcha, understood. All right. So that being said, since you're in melee and you're standing from prone, Faryan's going to get an opportunity as you stand up.
Okay. This is gonna hurt.
She could always miss.
Yeah. Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
She's gonna use primal savagery.
That doesn't sound good for me.
17, does that hit?
Yes.
You take 15 acid damage.
Oh my goodness.
To put you back on your butt.
Yeah, I will. I'll fall back on the blacksmith. However, since she hit me, can I still use the hellish rebuke as I'm falling?
Sure.
All right. Wait a minute. I think that just hits, doesn't it?
It's a deck save on their part.
Oh, I get a deck save? Okay, thank you.
There we go.
Go ahead and roll the damage. Or is it a
Dex save
hit or miss?
12.
Dex for head.
An 11. You're lucky.
11?
Yeah.
Alright. 2d10. Roll. I got 7 damage. 7 fire damage.
Oh, fire damage. Okay. She screams in agony. She seems to be vulnerable.
Alright. And yeah, I am back down.
Okay. Sorry.
It happens.
So Kellum gets back up after Banthor has healed him with the magical grenade, healing grenade. As he stands up, Farian uses that opportunity to attack him with her vicious claws. Because of her level, it's very painful. It's a 2d10 acid damage. You took a good wallop of 15 points of damage, putting you back on your butt. And unfortunately, back on Grum.
Good times.
And in the last moments, he lashes out with a hellish rebuke, which he's been trying to do that for a while. And luckily, he's had a couple of instances he's been able to do that. So
I think that's actually my last one because I only get to do it twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my last one.
all right, Ashira.
Oh. I'm sure I was supposed to be able to do an intimidation at the beginning of it.
Oh yeah, we're trying to intimidate, persuade through intimidation the general populace here that what Farian is doing is bad and such. You could tell by the look in Farian's eye that nothing's really gonna stop her from what she's doing, but you could influence other individuals.
She's
That being
gone.
said, go ahead.
Give it a shot. It's not the right button. That's a nat 20, 24.
Look at you.
And she's just looking. She's not even paying attention to the crazy chick right now. She's looking at all the other carnage going on, and she's just like, can't you see what's going on? Can't you see she's lost it? She's making you all sacrifice yourselves for her own dreamy intentions. Stop this now. Go home.
I had and I think I did it on roll 20 instead of so I had placed the name of the god of destruction. It actually started with an M. Here we go. Let's see. I'll copy. I got it. I'm gonna do it again. Put it on roll 20. Paste. There we go. Melander.
Lander.
Is the come again?
Moander, yes.
Yeah. God of destruction and decay. There we go. Decay. That is the the demon was that came and destroyed or attacked the tree years ago. Was a champion of Molander, and it seems that Farian is either taking up that mantle or, well, not the champion mantle, but taking up servitude under Molander as well.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all kind of knew that as you were as you came in and started facing her, you kind of realized that she was also a servant of Moander. Whether or not she was back in the day, or turned recently or something like that, you don't know, and such. So basically, that's just like a reminder for you, if you
Right.
wanted to utilize that. So
Yeah.
I'll give you a moment.
She's looking around. She's like, "Can't you see she's been influenced by this dark god, Molander, who's come in and tried to destroy the tree once before? Will you really follow a death god? Or will you respect a tree that's giving you a home for many years?"
So around the village, you notice, and actually very close to you, was a troop of Unseelie members. Are in this. They come out of this house that's right to the east. Excuse me, the west, and south of y'all. Very close to Farian. It looks like they were making their way towards you, and they come out of the house, and one of them kind of like uses their innate magic ability to look at Farian, and she basically like screams and puts like falls to the ground and puts her hand on her head while this is happening. One of the other members of her group grabs her up, and they start to move away as the other one yells out, and as they're moving out of the combat, says that you have betrayed us, Farian, and they kind of like glance over at you, Ashra, with a little bit of sadness, and they don't side with you, but they're not attacking you like they were going to do. It seems, and they basically leave the battleground, carrying away their friend with them. Seems like if as you look at them, Ashra, you can see that she has gotten like dark veins all over her skin that you can see and such. So some kind of curse was put on her or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe as a defense mechanism. You don't know exactly. But whatever she did to look at the nature of Farian cursed her. So they're taking her off the battlefield.
Okay.
The guy to the south here, he doesn't really seem to be unfazed much by this information. And you hear a large rumbling from the storehouse to the south as the building is not exploded, but something is growing out of this building here. Something large or even huge. Yes, to the south. Something is making its appearance and such.
Okay.
Also, at the same time, two more centaurs come in from the northeast, following Gorman into battle. So it seems that some of your attackers, at least those people near you that could hear, have retreated and been cursed. You have some new allies coming in, and something else is arising out of the house in the south. The storage area from there. That's your action, or was that a cumulative action? That was a cumulative action, right? Yeah, gotcha.
Right.
Something that you'd been building on. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say you interacted with your environment and you used your bonus movement or action to kind of have your concentration on that. I know that takes away from your hand or whatever, but you've got some combatants out of the way that would have caused you problems. So they were sneakies, so they were trying to sneak up behind you and give you a what for.
Okay, acceptable trade-off.
Gotcha.
So for my action here, I'm just trying to firebolt this crazy witch.
All right. Give me a second. Oh, that's a cantrip? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Okay, she doesn't have what I was looking for. All right, go for it. Look at you. That hits.
Alright. I'm gonna have to roll a separate D10 because it's. Here we go. That's only 2.
Well,
2 fire.
And you recognize that she is vulnerable to it. So, it goes to 4.
I saw that when Kellen went down, fire shot from him. So.
Yeah, and she did not like it at all. Okay. Action, bonus action, movement.
Gonna stain your cerebellum.
Alright. Necra, your giant companion has fallen yet again, and you're in Farian's face here.
I'll try to swing it for you.
Mm-hmm. Go for it. Ah, look at you. Crit. With a 25. May not be able to do anything what I wanted to do. Come on now.
Well, sounds like a good thing to me.
Right?
How's her hand? Not so wonderful.
So, Oh, so that's 8. What's the damage of the weapon?
Base is D6 plus 2.
Okay. Alright, so 8, that's 14? Yeah. It critted, so he gets the crunch.
Oh, the crunch, yeah.
Did it roll crunchy? Or did it roll?
It didn't roll crunchy, it just rolled it straight.
Okay, alright.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She definitely looks very wounded. And there is a bit of fear behind the insanity. Oh, Dak, I gotta roll some Constitution saving throws. Hold on, I forgot. She's concentrating on something. Oh no!
Mhm.
Oh, does Warcaster give her advantage?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So she succeeds. All right, cool. All right. I love throwing Warcaster on my bad guys.
Oh. I mean, it's good to have for casters. So.
Yeah, and druids, they have a lot of concentration spells. So a lot of concentration spells. It's like, what can I do? I have I'm already got concentration on this one thing, and don't want to drop it. Okay. Oh,
Did she
wait a
do
second.
two con saves?
Yeah, she did 2 con saves. Was the firebolt. And okay, so I'm gonna have to
Necro.
Yeah, from Necra. Hold on. From Ashra and okay, so she has I should have rolled with advantage on those attacks. She has so she has what is the hold on. Give me a second. She has advantage on you have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. So saving throws. So did have to roll a saving throw
For Firebolt? No,
Kellum.
that's an
With
attack
Kellum.
roll. Oh,
With Kellum, though. Yeah. It was a deck. Was that a deck saving throw, Kellum?
Deck save for
Yeah.
Hellish Tribute.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Okay. It went through. Okay. Rolled a 5 for the second one. Yeah, okay. Alright, never mind then. You see for a moment it tried to, wash away, but it landed on her and stuff. Okay, alright. So you attacked once, and then your second attack missed there with a 9. Is that what that is there, Necra?
Yep, that was what it was.
Okay. That was your action in the bonus?
Yep.
Alright. Are you moving away so she can swipe at you?
No, and I don't have that one. And no, I'm not gonna let her get an opportunity attack.
Okay, alright. Banthor. You know that after you move, it's going to be Farian's turn.
I am going to keep that witch bolt up.
Okay. Alright, 2 lightning.
Just for flavor, I'm gonna say once I heard Moander, I kind of just put a little extra oomph into the witch bolt, but part of it crackled off, So part of it just kind of crackled off and went this way and didn't hit anything.
Okay, I gotcha.
And
Go ahead.
I'm gonna look at Astra and give a worried look. Say, last one. And uncork my last healing potion and chuck that at Kellum.
All right, unarmed attack.
Um.
19.
Oh.
Roll the was it 2d4? I'll roll 2d4.
2d4 plus 2.
7, Kellum.
Okay. Are you sure you're not the healer, Banthor?
That's basically, you know, a partial druid role as a healer.
All right. Back up to 7 now.
Alrighty. So you, for a moment, your eyes close, and you dream of large, hairy spiders, and then you and then you wake up with a healing potion being splashed upon your body, healing some of the acid damage. And your eyes pop up. You hear Grimp going, "Get off of me! I'll never make you anything!" You can respond if you'd like, Kellum.
Are you going to keep fighting us?
He says, "Is it true that she works for Moander?"
I'll roll slight to the side, put my hand around his face and turn in so his eyes are looking right at her and says, "You tell me." So you can just see how evil she looks.
All right. You notice the fight leave him as he looks at her in disbelief and sees, you know, the evidence, you know, that she's not just, you know, an unseelie court member, that she is, you know, has the evidence of the decay and destruction whipping about her and such, and slightly protecting her, it seems. And then he basically, you know, just kind of pushes you off of him, you know, like, and kind of, you know, like if you had your hand there, you know, and you turned it, he just pushes you away, not out of, you know, aggression or anything, just like, leave me, you know, and he turns his head away from her. And
I'll roll off entirely so he can get up, and I'll tell him, "Go get your son and quit the field."
Okay. Before, okay. Then we'll get to him doing all that in a moment here. He's kind of low on the totem pole. Okay, Florian. Fun people.
Hold on. Did Banthor finish his entire turn?
Oh, yes. He action. He had to keep.
Movement.
Yeah. He kept his witch bolt up and then used for an action. And he has to keep using that one spell or lose it. And then he threw the potion on you, so as his bonus action. Scroll for a second here.
I'm like 90% certain that the witch lady here is going to knock me out again, probably.
All right, go for it. What do you?
Well, it's not my turn yet. And it
Yeah.
goes to her turn.
I'm still, at the moment, the bigger target, so.
Yeah, but when I get up, she gets an attack of opportunity. Unless... Ooh, I got an idea.
I mean, you could just stay on the ground and attack.
Yeah. When my turn comes, I'll
Yep.
get an idea.
She starts conjuring a spell. The evocation spell. 20-foot radius. Wait a second. I think that's 20 foot. That is 20 foot. Alright. Make sure that she can do that. Yeah, oh yeah. Okay. Everybody. So Ashra, Banthor, Sarabella, and Western. You'll need to make dexterity saving throws. As large sticks and stones and goop and guts fall from the sky as she calls for Molander to assist her in battle. She's calling out his name. Since she's been called out, she's like, okay. Well, you want to see Molander? Then here he is.
16.
You save. Banthor, you fail. Okay. Second. Oh. Okay. Alright, Ashra, you take, this is the saved damage, 6 piercing, you take 6 piercing and 6 necrotic.
Okay.
Banthor, I don't know how many hit points you have, you take 12 piercing and 12 necrotic. Heck. Gotcha.
No, it's 24 health loss total, right?
Correct.
All right, so yeah, I had to beat a 12 to keep Witchbolt up.
Yeah. You got it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Sarabella screams in pain and kind of almost goes down on her knee, but struggles to stand back up. Oh, okay. She seems to be dazed. Western is very dexterous and is able to jump out of most of the stuff that's going on here. So he doesn't seem to be damaged much. The little guy behind you, though, does take a good bit of damage and is wounded and trying to make his way out of the muck and mire that has been there. The other guy that's in front of you is barely in here, so he just took a little bit of damage. And I got to see if this is a constant or not. Hold on. I think it's not. Right. I think it's just instantaneous. Wrong person. I was like, where did that spell go? I'm looking at the wrong tab. Sorry. Too many. Instantaneous. Okay. All right. So that goes away. All right. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that continuing. That would be nasty. Banthor, where are you at hit points?
7.
Ashra.
20.
Okay. Yeah, because you made the save. So, Sarabelle looks pretty wounded. She's near her last leg, kind of thing. She has it. She's got a few hit points left, but not much.
This is also the first time I've been hit, so.
I finally hit Ashra. Yeah.
Barely.
Only took 17 sessions. Were you trying to go for it?
I've been hit before. As this is the first time in this combat I've been hit.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
No, I don't have a flawless track of never being hit. That's
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah, well,
that would definitely be an achievement unlocked.
yes. Better than the kill the cat, kill the wolf thing, but that's another campaign.
Sarabelle stands straight and looks at Farian and looks at her spell list. Ooh.
It's funny. It's like she pulls out a piece of paper. Like, can't do this.
What
can't
can we
do that.
do? Two dark blades materialize in her hand. Excuse me. Oh, one solid sword. Excuse me. So I have to roll Shadow Blade. I have to make a melee attack. That means she has. I thought you could sling them. Can you throw them?
Yeah, you can throw it.
Okay,
It's a spell attack either way, but she can throw it.
It's a spell attack?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's weird, because it's not showing up here as either. I mean, like, it just shows the damage. It doesn't show the hit. It's a spell attack. Alright, I'll just use Witch Bolt. She has but it's not DC, so okay. 19! That's good. Oh, it's a spell attack. Give me a second. Does she have advantage? Nah.
You can use like Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. Alright, so she was able to do that. What's the damage type? Oh, it's psychic. Okay, good. Psychic damage of 11. Haha. Alrighty. So with a yell and a flick of her wrist, she throws out 2 daggers at Farian. One striking what seems to be like a shield around her that you can't see, and then the other one hits her full in the chest. She looks wildly around the battlefield, Farian, and looks at Sarabelle. And as a last ditch, she will. What should do? Okay. A cloud of mites, fleas, and other insects swarm Cerebel for a moment. She needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Come on. Do the saving throw, not all the numbers. Do it. Get away. Why are you not rolling? Oh, because I'm doing the wrong thing. Sorry. Of course, I pushed another button that took me off the character sheet. Alrighty, Constitution saving throw. 19. Okay, she's good. It doesn't do any damage because it was a cantrip. Alright. Farian falls to the ground, coughing blood, as the dagger disappears when it strikes her. Necra, you could tell that she's alive, but unconscious. After she falls, Orist and Rayhorn stop their conflict, and they look at each other and the fact that Farian's fallen. They put away their weapons and just kind of disengage from each other. The battle is over. Any other individuals that were waiting in the winds don't do anything. The two wood woots disappear, and a cloud of twigs and leaves as the wind blows, and there's kind of a rotting, ugly, blighted spot on the ground from where they were. And the spider shrinks down, and you can see that there's something in the Timberwolf's mouth. Combat is over. It was pretty quick. She didn't have that many hit points left. The shaded area retracts back into the tree, and Egg says, we knew you could do it. We were just waiting to see. And she actually kind of melts into, not melts, like goes into the tree and disappears.
Okay.
People start to, you hear other combat and such, but it all kind of dies down when Farian falls. You hear a few screams here and there afterwards. Maybe people are being interrogated, asked questions, finished off. It all depends on who they're talking to. And after a few moments, some people will start to migrate towards the tree. As that is happening, of course, y'all can take any actions that you'd like to right now. Kellum, yeah, you're no longer down, so there you go.
Yep.
All right.
I'll tie her up with the rope I have.
Okay.
And I'll pet Callum as high up on his back as I can reach. And
You get 10 hit points.
Thank you. While Kellum is tying her up, he'll turn her to look at Banthor as much as he can without letting her go. I owe you 2 health potions. Thank you.
Give a very weak thumbs up. It's not at 7 HP. And I look
Yeah.
at the tree, and just to be safe, go egg, restrain, and I point it at Aaron. Just as a
Okay.
precaution. I hope
Gotcha.
like get some tree root action or something like that.
Okay. So
I think is
right. Yeah. So Kellum, after you've got her bound, you've bound her. What kind of? How did you tie her up, Kellum?
Hog tied her.
Got it. Good.
yep.
So after that, and then Banthor, basically is asking Egg, to restrain her some more. Roots and vines come out of the ground and pin her to the ground. Also, they go over her eyes and gag her as well.
Good.
Then you see her eyes kind of flicker and motion come back to her body as it seems that she has regained consciousness. And then you see the tree roots just kind of squeeze her, and she falls unconscious. Not that she is bleeding out or anything, but it seems that she was healed slightly, and then the tree was like, nah, let's just go ahead and just go to sleep right now. So she is unconscious but stable. Go ahead. Nothing in particular is going on. You see Orist and Rayhorn at a distance talking to each other. And some of their communication is with hand signals. So the full conversation isn't out there for everybody to hear. But yes, this is a lover's quarrel that has been going on for, probably, 100 years or so. And they use this opportunities like this to continue the conversation.
I mean, there's easier ways to talk out your problems.
Now, both of
Think
these
about-
Orist and Rayhorn are very prideful individuals, so neither one wants to admit that they might have been wrong. So it keeps going back and forth. But you did this, and you slept with homie, and I didn't, give you permission, and it's like, well, this was just the season, and it just happened that way, and we weren't together, and all that kind of crap. He said, she said, just a lot of that, and they're just going back and forth. And for all the crazy stuff that they're talking about, they are very calm and not yelling, and you're like, okay, if I was in that conversation, I wouldn't be like that. So you can tell that they still love each other, but they also really hate each other at the same time. So.
Also,
the makeup passion's gonna be crazy. Wasn't there something happening in the storehouse? Storehouse.
Oh, yeah.
Was.
Yeah, I forgot about that totally. So the storehouse continues to, have this tree grow out of it. And then after a few moments, you notice that the tree is not just a tree, but a large tree ant. And in his chest, it shows the belly here, but in his chest is a large glowing blue gem. And he gets to full height of like 20, maybe 30 feet. And then his body crumbles in decay and destroys the storeroom. And then you all get a shiver as you feel something has been released. Not released, vanished.
yeah.
Okay.
And you're not sure if that's a good thing. Like something's different.
Right, something shifted. Once this tree ant disappears.
And then it crumbles and such like that. You would have to investigate the scene to see more of that. Timberwolf shrinks in size to large from huge, and has a onyx spider statuette in his mouth that he drops to the on the ground to the group.
Right.
Like, look what I got, and he's kind of like waggly, and stuff. So
good boy. Oh.
Let's see. The tree kind of starts to glow a little bit with green and white light, and give me a second. 3D8. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Everybody gets 22 hit points if they need it. As a mass heal washes over the area.
Yay. Callum is going to go shop for health potions.
Yeah, like right now.
Yeah.
Go pick up that statuette. Look at that.
You can tell that it's magical in nature. It is a perfect replication of a large, what you would see in the wild as a large spider. It doesn't look crazy and deformed like the spider that popped out. It just looks like a normal, large spider. But it fits in the palm of your hand. It's very small, ornate.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Ouch.
Could be useful. Alright. Kind of just surveying the scene around her after she's kind of palming this thing. Yeah.
And is this one still being antagonistic, hostile, or is he just like?
So he definitely. You're talking about the guy to the south here.
Yeah, the gremlin-looking thing.
Yeah. He hasn't moved really from his position. He's been just kind of watching the whole thing. I think he was kind of He was basically waiting, to see what could happen. He was up on the roof, kind of thing. So his intention was to hop down and jump on somebody, but he's just sitting there now. He's not, he doesn't have any weapons in hand. And his posture is not offensive or defensive. He's just kind of there, just sitting and waiting and looking.
Alright.
You remember him to be kind of bestial in nature, not really having many conversations, and such. So his intelligence might be a lot lower than the average individual.
I
So he's going to have higher than a beast intelligence, but lower than the average. Like even lower than your dump stat kind of thing. Higher than a 4, but not an 8.
well, I guess since we're not doing much, or we're surveying the area, I'm gonna go look at the remains of the ent to the south.
Okay. So Necrod, walks over to. Got it. Necro walks over to the warehouse. Astra, you're looking at the onyx statuette. Sarah has gone over to Farian and and is standing over here, just kind of like contemplating. Doesn't say anything. She's just like looking at her. You can see there's some kind of struggle going on. With her facial features, but she's not really saying anything. Banthor and Kellum.
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all doing exactly? Kellum, are you getting up and like actually gonna go look for potions to buy, or
Yeah, that was the major issue with the last couple of battles, just not enough health potions to go around during combat, so Kellen is gonna, here's a problem, go solve a problem. I got things to trade.
Okay. I'm gonna move you over here to the side. Banthor, anything particular? As you get up, excuse me, Kellum, Grim stands up and his son is lowered to the battleground. He looks up at you and he says he apologizes for being mixed up into something that he didn't getting mixed up in a situation that he didn't realize. He says, if you need anything, just come and talk to me. I have to have a conversation with my son, and
Yeah, all good.
I seem to recall the sun's smarter, so...
The sun was restrained by the tree, so he was out of the way.
he was out of the way, but he was already struggling with the whole thing anyhow. So
Yeah, the sun was like, are you sure you want to drag me into this? Or do you even want to get involved?
Well, he did have a lot of people yelling, like, don't let your father be your dove. Like,
Yeah.
like, you sure you want to throw away your life? Still young.
Maxie shoots over, not flirts. Not kind of wee. No, she shoots over to Farian and starts scavenging.
Of course she does.
What you doing there, Banthor?
After I survey and see that everybody's healed, I don't have to worry about that. But see, Sarabella seemed to have a little bit of a struggle, and before I start ritual casting Detect Magic, I tell her, if you act on that, you're no better than she is. And then I start ritual casting Detect Magic.
Okay. Just for effect, I know kind of what that's going to do for her, but if you could, do you have a persuasion? Could you roll that for me, Banthor?
Sure. I do not have charisma.
Right. I just making sure that you didn't totally fail with your -1.
Whoa!
If I accidentally take
All right. She, as you sit down and start to cast your ritual, she looks down at you and looks down at Farian and just screams at the top of her lungs and just kind of walks away towards the tree. As you hear and see the dagger fall to the ground. Somehow, Ashra, she had taken the dagger from you.
quiet. What?
Again, I scoot away from the dagger.
I go pick that back up, and I look, and I'm like, duh.
Banthor, you have crazy perception, right? Passive? Or am I thinking about somebody else?
16.
Okay. You notice that Sarah's hand, that she was holding the dagger because she dropped it, and you're like, huh? And you see, you scoot away from her, and you look back at her. You see her hand has been slightly burnt and such. That she was holding the dagger. So that's basically you're like, and that's when you scoot away, like, oh, okay, no, I don't want to be near that.
Yeah, as Ashra goes to pick up the dagger, I just relay that information real quick because I'm still trying to focus on the ritual.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah. Gonna wrap that up and stick it down in my bag. Gonna have to get more information from this thing. Yeah.
Western comes over and apologizes to you, Ashra. He didn't notice that she had taken it away. He was kind of struggling with what to do, since he is part of the Unseelie Court. So he was just standing there in awe of the whole situation, basically, and didn't notice Sarah doing anything.
Of course. It's fine. Intentions were high, but cooler heads prevailed for the time being.
What kind of damage did you take, Oscar? You took the damage from the poop storm. Gotcha.
Yeah. Which I was healed back to max with the tree. Doing that.
Gotcha. You are still like dirty and stuff from all of that falling on you. I don't think anybody has Presto. In this group, I'm trying to find his name. What's the name of the? I'm looking for him, but I can't find him. The whole of the Taylor. What's his name?
Sharpell.
Sharpell, thank you. I very much appreciate that. Sharpell runs up to you and sees that you're all dirty and such, and he quickly starts cleaning you off with Presto, and asks if you're okay, and apologizes for not being here, but he was dealing with other situations near him. And you can see that he really does seem to care.
Mm-hmm. She gives a smile, genuine smile, from this. Thanks, Sharpell. Appreciate it. Yes, I'm fine. Didn't expect to see you out here. Wouldn't expect you to see someone like you soil your hands.
He looks over to his left and pulls out a nasty rapier, and he goes, "Well, I can be good in a fight if I want to." And gives you a nice salute, kind of thing, and before he puts it back into his scabbard.
Oh. Full of surprises.
This is not the only sharp thing on me. And he kind of turns his head a little bit and looks at Farian after saying that, not looking at you directly when he does. And wow, she seems to be a bag full of trouble. And Then he notices a large pile of pelts, I guess. How did y'all? Yeah, and
They were cute.
he hoots and unceremoniously kind of passes through you and Western, and you're, because Western's still kind of standing there, a little awkward, but he kind of pushes through the both of y'all, not rudely, but excitedly, and runs over to the pile and starts, looking at all the pellets and stuff. He finally kind of looks back and goes, "I'm going to be playing with these, right?"
Of course. You were the
Good.
first.
Yeah, and he doesn't even listen to, and he just kind of. But you can continue talking. I'm not going to cut you off, but.
No. She gets he's excited, and well, glad I didn't have to find you to tell you about it.
And you see him pulling and separating the pelts and trying to figure out which one is the best and kind of thing like that. So he's going to be busy for a moment, at least doing that.
He leaves him to it.
Okay. Necra, you get over to the storeroom, and a lot of the supplies have been destroyed. This is where they keep a lot of the wine. So the wine is going to be in short supply for a little while until that gets back up and running. The treant has totally been destroyed. It looks like it decayed in one moment. So there's old. It basically looks like like an old tree that has been there for 50, 100 years or something, decayed down to nothingness. There is a large blue stone about the size of your head that is sitting in this pile of decayed treant. It glows with a light deep inside of it. It doesn't seem to be dangerous. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for.
All right. Is there any dirt and debris and whatever on it, or is it just clear?
It's
Stone.
the stone. It seems to be sitting on top of the pile, and it doesn't seem to be affected by anything, or tainted by anything.
Can I try to pick it up?
Yeah, it seems quite light. For its size, it seems to be quite light.
Right.
When you pick
something.
When you pick it up, you do feel like a tingling sensation. It almost feels like it wants to. You can almost feel that it's asking for permission to meld with you.
Oh, crud. Does anybody have
Hot potato.
Hot potato.
You would have to come back over to the more magical people.
Alright. So, I kind of wrap it in my cloak.
Okay.
I still actually have one. And I'm like, guys, might want to look at this.
Sure comes over hearing. Necra, sounding in distress. Well, as distressed as a moody teen would. So. What's going on, Necra? What is it?
The only thing that isn't rotting and decay from that ant that stood up in the storehouse. Oh, and looks like most of our booze supply is kind of broke.
Maxie screams, "What?"
Yeah,
As
That's all we need.
when she says that, you notice that she has something in her hand. Looks like a little shard.
How familiar is this shard looking?
It's a crackling crystal.
Crackling crystal. Where'd you get? Wait, Maxie, did you take that off of Farron?
Yeah, and she tries to, sleight of hand
Maxie?
while you're
Don't.
standing there.
Maxie?
I pull the butterfly net out and wave it. And say,
Here,
do I need
and
this?
she hands it out. Here you go.
Take that. At least let's know what it does before you try to go and do your Maxie thing. Okay.
Well, I guess if you're looking at stuff, maybe you should look at this and hand you a ring
Jeez.
and an amulet. The amulet. The amulet has a large toad on it.
Large toad. Okay. Amulet, ring, crackling shard.
Right.
Alright, we'll start making some Arcana checks.
Alright. Tell me what you want to look at first.
Alright. Let's
We're still waiting for Banthor to do his detect magic. So.
Yeah, he's still doing the technique. I will do Arcana on first the big one that Necra has.
Okay.
I'm gonna use guidance on all of these also, just to give me a
Okay.
yeah.
Since you know what's happening, yeah, you can use guidance.
Which I'm going to need. Alright. So 12.
So you could tell that this stone, this large stone, I don't know what that was. What did you do? The large stone, let me open up Discord over here, is an enchantment of some sort. And it's basically a power source.
Power source. Okay. Okay.
Outside of that, just with that, that's all the information you're gonna know.
I have to check it again later. For now, she's like, that's radiating a lot of power. Best to keep that. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, never mind. You rolled a 12. Go for it. Keep going.
Best to keep it out of. Well, keep that put away, and keep it out of. We don't want other people knowing about until we can figure out more about it.
Keep it safe. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Yeah, we don't want this to become another thing they start fighting over.
Yeah, so do you think it's safe to store it in the tree, or do I stuff it in someplace else?
Give me a moment. Let's look at the rest of these. We can hide it together. I have a solution. I'm gonna look at the crackling shard next.
Okay.
So 17 plus 19 total.
Okay. It's kind of another power source in a way. Let me get to that tab. Excuse me.
Mhm.
It looks. It has some protective properties to it.
Mhm.
And it looks like something that a sorcerer would need.
Ooh. Oh, sorcerer, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, have to look into that a little bit more. All right, let's take a look at the amulet. You said it had a toad on it.
Correct.
9 plus. That is a 13 total.
Looks like it's a focus. Has a little bit of power to it. And with the toad on it, you're pretty sure that it comes from whatever his name was. Melander.
Melander.
Yeah.
I'll go see a little Lathander.
Yeah, I know. Mander. Melander. Yeah,
Oh,
there
Andrew, yeah. Well,
you go.
And
that
then
could have.
finally the ring.
Okay.
14. 16.
So, as you inspect it, you can see that it has a fire opal in it, and it seems to be defensive in nature.
Defense. Fire opal. Defensive. Sure. Okay. Share that with Necra and Maxie. See. That's what I can get from these things so far. Gonna need-
Necra, give me a perception.
Okay.
You see Maxie putting away a little pouch into her belongings.
She's still trying to hold out.
Yeah, she's still trying to
And
hold
I
on.
just kind of gesture.
Yeah, you're basically
that?
you're standing right next. Oh, you just gesture to it. She kind of looks
No,
up at you.
I don't say it aloud. I do the thieves' can't. What is that?
Gotcha. She looks up at you sheepishly and don't know yet.
And it's like, why don't you let us identify it before you get somebody hurt?
It's best coin.
Okay.
And then
And just
this is
kinda
all in like
look at
thieves'
Ashra.
camp.
And I was like,
I just see them like looking at each other and like doing subtle gestures at each other.
Yeah, you're all standing in a circle there.
And I'm just like, she just kind of sighs and it's like, if it's
well,
something
and
else,
then, yeah, actually, as soon as, like, alright, whatever, and then on your head be it, and look at Ashra, I was like, I try.
Maxie, if it's something else you've taken off of her, we do not know if it's infected or corrupted.
Okay. She sheepishly hands up a leather pouch and jingles it and hands it over to you. I think Kellum said he wants to take a short break.
Yeah, I was just sent down Discord to not interrupt things.
Yeah. So she'll hand that over. What do you need? 5 minutes or so?
Yeah.
All right. That's good. I'm going to go grab some water myself. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Alrighty.
Well, gonna be interesting figuring out what that shard is.
Something for sorcerers, yeah. That's
Yeah. Also, whatever that big rock is.
something that's trying to meld with something.
Uh-huh.
This and then not having identify, like just straight up identify.
I think we've gotten spoiled in the other campaign. Because, like, alright. What do we need? What do we got? Okay.
What do we got? Alright, identify.
Okay.
Hold on.
Give me half an hour, I'll figure this shit out.
Yeah, just give me some time. I'll get all the information from this. It's magical. Just hold on a minute. 11 minutes exactly.
Well, yeah, like, or okay, so I'm sitting, not sleeping, playing Eternal Sentry, and like, well, here's something to do to pass the time. What is this thing? Alright, this to this guy, this to this guy, this guy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she's the only one who can use this.
Exactly. Wouldn't know who to hand it to. Like, you could make use of this. You can make use of that. Only you can use this. Yeah. It's a goal now to try to find a way to get Ashrak to get identified.
I thought that was something you had as an option in your spell list.
No, not sorcerers.
Really?
No, sorcerers do not get that. Is pretty much a wizard artificer spell. No, certain other classes can get it, but and bards can get it. Wizards, bards, artificers can get it on their spell list, and then certain subclasses like Forge Domain can get it, or has it.
Yeah, I kind of stole it from, well, not exactly stole it, but got it from Seamus, so.
Oh, the ritual. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm back, ready when you are.
Okay. All right, go for it.
You're on.
Alrighty. So Maxie hands over this small pouch that seems to be clinking and clanking with coins in it.
All right. We'll take that and open the pouch and kind of take out some of the. Well, actually, just empty the whole thing.
Okay.
Oh.
Is 47 gold coins.
Am I getting anything off it, or do I need to do a check before I know if I get?
Yeah, you would need to do a check or anything. And 5 platinum coins.
Arcana with guidance. Goo, that is. So 9 total.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be magical or tainted in any fashion. The coins are different variations, things that are normally used within the village. The platinum coins seem to be old, so maybe something that she was holding on from a long time ago or something.
You said how many platinum? How many gold?
47 gold.
47 gold.
And I believe I said 5 platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, so... And to Cork and Abra and say, well, that looks like a good haul. And just...
Yeah.
And... try to start stuffing things back into the bag to hand it back, but...
Yeah, so we'll give the coins back to Maxie. The satchel. And you found it, so here you go. But as for these items, I think it's better if we hold on to them. I would like to be able to study these and figure out what these things do, especially in connection to Melander.
Melander.
And she's looking at the toad focus, especially.
Yeah, it feels a little creepy.
Like where did this come from? Where did she get this is what's getting her fascinated. Did this come from outside the grove? Did she have to go and get this? Did she make it? So that's where Ashra's mind is. So she wants to find out more.
Okay. So Banthor, you're excuse me, right before your spell starts, Gorman comes up as you're handing the bag back to Maxie, and which is that coin I see?
Yes.
Maxie.
What concern is it of yours?
Well, there will be need of some restitution for the warehouse and any other damages.
From who?
From Farian and any of her accomplices. Being that this was on Farian, I would ask for half of it to use towards rebuilding. Maxie, having the bag, reaches in and give me a second. Oh, wrong cursor. Gotta use this over here. Okay. This perception is gonna be stupid. Okay. She grabs a handful of coins and passes it over to Gorman, and he opens up his hand. You see a platinum coin and maybe 10 gold coins. He kind of looks down at her with an eyebrow and says, I don't think you gave me half, but I'll take this. And puts it away. I have other duties and things to look at after. Forrest, if you're finished over there, and you make sure that nothing happens, I'm going to leave the centaurs as I go around and look around the village. He hops on the back of the centaur that was with him, and the two of them run off to go look, see if any other damages in the village and things like that. Western kind of moves away a little bit from what's happening. Timberwolf goes and lays down by the tree next to Sarabella. They kind of Sarah and the Timberwolf kind of laying up next to the tree, just kind of consoling each other, I guess. And Banthor, your detect magic comes out. What would you like to look at? Anything in particular?
I look at Ashra and Necra and just kind of gimme.
Spell.
And just whoever hands me something first, I'll look at that first. I'm planning on looking at pretty much everything.
Who's still around outside the group? I mean, the party.
So Western is nearby. Farian is unconscious, and Oris and Rayhorn are, still conversating. Though Oris now is, checking out the scene in general. Next to you is just Western and Maxie.
Alright, so...
Yeah. I'm sure it's trying to see if there's a way they could slip into the tree without anyone seeing them. But it's too many people are still paying attention.
So Western does notice that you're kind of looking around, reading the room, kind of seeing who's watching. He says, if you hand me the dagger, I can stand to the side.
What is your interest in this dagger exactly?
Well, I can tell that it is of a very corrupt nature. And it shouldn't be utilized. It seems whatever you... I'm afraid that it will corrupt whoever uses it.
And what makes you think that you are above that corruption?
He raises up or opens up his vestments, past his armor and such, and you can see that his chest has been some kind of burn victim and such, and it's all molted and deformed and such from some kind of either fire or acid or something like that. And so I've had a lot of experiences with corrupting forces, and I am more resilient than the average. Not that I wish to use it and test that, but I think I could hold on to it easier without fear of being corrupted. And I've taken it upon myself to make sure that this is not used by you or others.
I'd like the insight check.
Okay.
Same.
All right. Whoever has the highest, you can roll with advantage.
He's probably got higher than me, so
What's
that
that?
is wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, and I'll give you guidance also. So
I'm concentrating on detect magic, so I can't do it myself.
yeah,
14 plus, so 16. You see that he's honest about his intentions. Though he, there's something in the background. Possibly he doesn't really want to talk about how he got to that point, but it does seem that his intentions are true.
can I? Asha will look. Can I have your word that you will keep this dagger safe and out of no one, out of anyone's malintentions? And
He pulls out his renowned tokens, and he has more honor than glory or wisdom. He says, "On my honor, I will keep it safe and not allow anyone to touch it or utilize it until we have talked again, Lady Ashra."
and asking, not demanding, but with your permission, then if I relinquish this to you, then if I wish to study over this dagger to analyze it more, would you allow?
Yes, under conditions. We could talk about that, but
Okay. And she'll take it back out of her bag and give it to him.
he makes sure that it's wrapped up and doesn't touch it, and puts it, in his vestments, but not touching his skin or anything like that.
Is it still showing, since Banthor has Detect Magic going, is it still showing the same as when he first looked at it with Detect Magic? The same?
Yeah, Banthor wouldn't notice anything different from it.
Okay. Is it still showing that thread going from it to Cerebellum?
It is.
Okay. That is the thing that I'm sure is worried. It still has a thread going towards her.
So with that, he'll step away, and you notice that he's not keeping an eye on you now. Like before, you could always feel his hawk eyes on you, but now, yeah, he doesn't seem to. His attention wasn't mainly on you, but the dagger itself. So,
Right. Okay. So with that, Asha's going to cut eyes at Necra and Banthor, and then look towards the tree. Giving them both the eyes, like let's move to a safer spot.
Kellum, as you're marching through the town, all large and such, you come up to one of the arborist huts. They tend to the trees, and they usually have a lot of supplies for potions and stuff like that. So as an offshoot, sometimes they do make potions. You see the family is there. They've been protecting their house from anybody destroying it. As you've gone through the village, you see that some of the structures have been destroyed, either burnt or collapsed in.
Mm-hmm.
And this one in particular hasn't been touched. You feel like in a few minutes maybe, you're... oh, no, wait a second. You said you had 4 hours on that, right? Or 3?
Yeah, 4.
Okay, never mind.
4 when
Yeah.
it first happened. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you still got some time. Never mind then. So you walk up to them knowing that they might have some potions, and ask them, if they have anything there. They say they have some potions and enough to trade or barter with. Do you have coin, or do you want to barter?
Well, how do you want to do this? I've got 10 coin, which is not much, but I've got 30 pieces of snake skin, 40 pounds of snake meat, 10 pounds of leather, and 150 pounds of boar meat, and 3 boar hides.
Okay. They notice the boar hides, and they so that they can use that, helping them. Their job is rough, so they need strong leathers and such. They could take those. They'll do 2 potions for the 3 hides.
Okay.
And how much boar meat did you have?
1 second, let me add these. There. Boar meat, I've got 150 pounds worth of boar meat.
Okay. 1 second. They say for the boar meat, they'll give you another... Oh, let me do the math first. Yeah. They can give you another 3 potions for the boar meat.
3 potions, okay. I'll do that.
Good. And roll persuasion.
Persuasion, all right. 5.
Yeah, I know you get. Okay.
I was expecting.
They say they know somebody else who might want the snake meat. I mean the snake skins. And they point you in the direction. It's basically a family of bogans who are unseelie, and they come up to you as you approach them, and they and you have the snake skins. They come up to you, and you see that they kind of are more reptilian in nature, and they eye the snake skins, and they all kind of nod to each other, and they're all kind of quiet. It seems like they're communicating with each other slightly. You do notice like there's a particular odor that they're emitting, because it gets kind of skunky, when they're handling this and talking to each other.
Okay.
So some of their communication is, through pheromones and such. It seems.
Yeah.
What's the potion right above the standard? Is that the greater?
Greater.
Okay. How much skin do you have?
Skin, 30 pieces of snake skin.
Oh, okay. They'll offer you 2 greater healing potions.
And hold on, I will take that deal, but I can't find the potion.
It's a magic item. Magic. It's is it an uncommon? Yeah.
Uncommon.
Yeah, it's an uncommon. Wondrous or potion? Excuse me.
Potion.
Yeah, I found it. All right, you said 2.
Correct. Yeah, those are meaty.
Potion of healing greater, 2 of those for the snake's skin.
Correct.
All right.
They don't want the meat.
Okay.
They just want the skins.
All right. I guess I'll probably, if I can't find anybody that'll trade me something of value for the meat, I'll just hold on to it for the party, and we can use it as turn it into our jerky or something for travel.
Okay. All right. Better than ghoul jerky.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another story. All right. So basically, Kellum, you make it back right as the team is starting to enter into the tree there. You'll notice everybody's kind of moved away from far in and from the tree, except for the party and Maxie. And well, Cerebella's kind of at the tree as well. Excuse me. Do you want to accompany them as well?
Yeah, I reckon I will at this point. As I rejoin them, I slip 2 potions into Banthor's bag. I suppose I can't really sneak. I'm giant right now, but I'll just I'll put them in there. I'm guessing he's busy with the identify magic stuff, so I'll just drop them in his bag.
Okay. Just for giggles, roll sleight of hand.
Oh, that's not too bad. 9.
Okay. So Banthor, you see Kellum come up, and as the group of y'all are making your way into the tree, you feel him putting something, into your bag there. You feel the weight of it and such. So you could probably assume that is the 2 potions that he went off to get.
The feeling being tugged on my backpack, just, large creature, it scares the crap out of me.
Well,
Just turn around. Oh. Kill him. Thank you.
Yes.
And then
well, thank you. You used your own, risked your own healing to keep me alive. I appreciate that.
You risked your neck to keep everybody off of us, so feelings mutual.
Oh, I was just trying to go kill bad things.
All right.
You'd be quite good at that.
Any other discord before we enter the tree?
not really.
No, just to make sure that phone is really secured and they not going anywhere.
Well,
I mean, aside from wanting to let the people come back together in the council decide her fate, I really think maybe we just put a knife through the throat. Then we don't have to worry about keeping her secure.
Well, no.
well, we have a truly wondrously horrible suggestion up on the Roll20 chat, so...
Oh, yeah, I didn't get to look at that yet.
Yeah, that is the weapon I would use. Although I don't know if I would hit it with a hammer. I like this weapon.
Well, considering the hammer in question also comes from the same source.
Oh.
And of course, do we really want to do that? I don't.
And killing her at the moment is not the wisest course. She still may have information that we could get from her. There are still answers to questions that she has.
If you really think that you can get her to talk.
I've developed some ways.
There's a chance we'd have to resort to things less savory than just killing her to get her to talk.
Maybe. But that's
Which, if
for
you're
another
fine with
time.
that, I'm fine with that.
I'm not against it. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is killing her outright is, well, a dead corpse can't tell no tales. Right? That's what I'm saying. At least not at this level.
While I am, I understand wanting to get information. I think we should set a limit on how long we're willing to dedicate to trying to get information out of her before we're just wasting our time and need to eliminate her entirely.
It's fine. Say, give me at least a day.
Okay. I did forget one thing.
Hmm.
I want to visit the blacksmith.
Okay.
I still have with me the metal plating from the construct, right?
Okay.
I want to see what he can do with it.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
entirely out of character here, but are we sure we want to even let these guys near this stuff? We've seen what it does to most of the more extreme Fae in this environment.
This is he was constructed out of different materials.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, and I'll be watching his from his shoulder the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the it's more like a composite, like a carbon fiber kind of plating and such like that.
So we'll start about with a small piece just to see that, whatever he can do with it, if there's anything he can do with it, it doesn't also lose integrity by whatever method he uses to make it into something. So we'll just start with a small piece just as a trial.
Yeah, so you have like, what, 1 or 2 large pieces?
I believe that's right. I was looking through my inventory. I can't find where I wrote it down. I've got it written down on paper somewhere, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's like 2 or 3 large pieces and a couple of small pieces.
Yeah, so I think it was 1 or 2 large pieces and 6 small pieces.
Okay. Let me write that down again. And then lose it.
I know, right? So you give him one of the small pieces to look at. He says this is very interesting. He's never seen anything like this before. He says it looks like things have been layered upon it. It's layers of, some kind of material fabric or something layered onto each other. You could see his sons in the background, like the 2 of them are there. Looks like they've been, talking and possibly crying. They look very puffy-eyed and red in the face, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like they've been having some strong conversation.
Sorry, son, I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
They both chuckle and look up at you and welcome the tension breaker kind of thing. And the two of them come together and look at the piece that you've given them. They're very awestruck by this. And like I said, that he's never dealt with anything like this before. And he says, well, the first thing to do is to put it to the test and put heat to it and see if it can be formed.
All right. I'll hand over one of the small pieces.
Okay. So this will take a little bit of time, but you're willing to wait, or I can come find you later, or you could stop by.
Yeah, I'll stop back by. I was going to say I was going to watch the whole time, but since it is just a composite, it's not the same material as my shard dagger.
Correct.
Then I'll continue to go with the group into the tree. I'll just come back later.
Okay. So you get back to the tree, and y'all have your Discord there. Anything else before we head into the tree?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay.
Actually,
go ahead, Banthor.
Real quick, if I hate to do this during the campaign, we hop into the treehouse at some point.
Yeah.
Here in a minute.
Go ahead. I wanna...
you want to do that before we go in?
Yeah, like 2 minutes, real quick.
Yeah. I think we should.
So, torturing, what's her name, the witch.
No problems here.
Yeah.
Getting information from her, one way or another.
Mm. Wonder, is waterboarding a thing in D&D? Or just stick with the bamboo shoots up in their fingernails.
Oh, actually, let's see. This is medieval environment, so let's see. Talk to Mr. Grump there, and we can get red hot pokers, flensing knives. There are really interesting tongs you can use for this.
Stretching board? Stretching table?
Racks, I think we would require a combination of work from both the blacksmith and whatever woodworker.
I mean,
And rope maker. But yes, that is an option.
So Sarah notices that you're, trying to, about to enter the tree, and she stands up and follows the group. Kellum, as you enter the tree, you shrink back to normal size.
Okay. Wonder if it's gone, or if the tree is just overpowering the spell.
You feel that you're being suppressed.
Okay.
So you don't think that it's gone. You just feel that the effect is being suppressed. You, as the last person enters in, you hear a thump on the outside, and you can hear Maxie screaming, "Hey, I want to go in!" And nothing seems to happen and such. You hear her, holler. Not very loud, but loud enough to be heard. "Fine, I'll watch the far end then." And she stays outside and, to your knowledge, is watching far end.
Yeah, she'll do that for like 5 minutes before she gets bored.
Yeah.
Knowing her, she'll probably try to see what else she can find on her.
Oh,
All
maybe we
right.
should tell her there's more gold on her. She'll just keep searching for it, and then she'll not give up.
So you've come inside the tree. Egg is standing there in her full form. She her legs are still kind of her ankle from her calf down to her feet is still bird-like, and from there up is mostly wood and some feathers. She has some feathers in her hair, and she's definitely taken a stronger female form, and instead of looking like a small beast, is now humanoid, with round shapes and figures and such. She's not really wearing any clothes and such. So yeah, go for that. I don't want to get into that, but she's basically just not wearing any clothes and stuff. So she's standing there with a curious and blissful look on her face as y'all enter into the room. The table starts to form, and 5 chairs or 5 stools form around the table. There's a little bit of green and white light coming from above in the cocoon, and it seems that the cocoon is just slightly larger than it was before.
Something's growing in there.
The stairwell leading to the alchemy room is there, and the door is shut as always. You know that you'll have an easier time identifying and blah in the workshop. So, if you wanted to do to go up there, or you could sit at the table.
Yeah, I would want to go to the workshop. But noticing, you've really grown, Egg. I don't even think that name is appropriate for you.
She puts her hand to her. She puts her hand to her face and kind of giggles, like a shy maiden.
Hey, I think we should find something a little more suitable for your current facade. She's trying to find the right word.
Right. She looks down at herself and then looks at you and Sarah and Necra, and kind of comes to the realization that people are clothed and such. And she basically just kind of does a twirl, like Sailor Moon almost. And, large leaves form on her and start to, make fashion, clothing per se. Very tight and stuff, still showing off her figure. Seems that she is relishing it. She likes it. So she wants to show it off and such. So that basically you get the image that is here now, where she has the collar and the other leaf clothing that is hiding her bits and pieces and such. She says, "Is this more acceptable?" There we go. And she looks up and says, "Thank you, John. I was searching for a word."
Yes, I believe that is more suitable for being in public.
But they threw me out in public. Sorry. So, Banthor, your detect magic is still up, and there's equipment and things like that for identifying items up in the workshop.
Yes. Excuse us, Jay Green, or you could join us upstairs if you. And she calls her Jade without even saying that, like realizing she's like.
She giggles again and says, "Jade? Oh, that's pretty. Oh yeah, I'm all kind of green. I have been given a name by John or Banthor, it seems. Was it Akahor?
Akahor?
Iroquois.
The hard.
Aerocor. There we go. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. Aerocor sounds a lot better. Yeah, there we go. Aerocor. He says that I am an Aerocor, and such. So I like Jade. That's nice too. Yeah, you can call me Jade. And you are Ashura.
Yes.
Ashura?
Ashura, yes.
Ashura. And we've met Lady Nectra. You must be the Royal Cerebella and the mighty Lord Kellum. And then we have...
Just Kellum.
And then we have Ambassador Banthor.
I nod.
John has spoke much of you. Well, not spoke, but he has given me many images of you and your personalities.
All the good qualities, I hope.
Mostly. I think he has made good choices in his wardens. There are many other more powerful entities here that he could have chose. But I think he is looking for someone who isn't manipulated by the time. Manipulated by time and events. So, in your youthful nature, hopefully he has found individuals that will have their own voice.
Well, let's hope we don't disappoint. Shall we? And Ash starts going upstairs.
Anybody follow?
Yes.
Okay.
Before I follow, I'm going to get out my green trench coat that I got from the Vision.
Okay.
And hand that to Jade and just say, in case you get a little too much unwanted attention, just put this on and that might help.
Kellum, are you going to go upstairs or are you going to stay downstairs?
Yeah, I'll head upstairs.
Okay. So the group of you go upstairs, and Jade is waiting for you.
Of course. All right.
She is embedded herself in the wall in the corner, and is kind of has a higher perspective, and is kind of watching.
Alright, so
Just
set the rock on the counter and actually unwrap it.
Okay.
Make sure that
yeah.
there isn't contact between the stone and the bench or whatever.
Gotcha. She exclaims, like makes a "ooh, wow" noise in the background, and you see vines kind of come off from the wall and pick up the rock and kind of hold it up a
Actually,
little
try to
bit.
slap at him and like, no, we don't know what it is. Don't go and do that.
Okay. As they come closer, you slap them away, and they're like, "Eek!" And then they move back. Like, okay. Like, all right. Taking your advice.
Yeah, please calm down, John. We're trying to figure out what these things are before anyone tries to utilize them.
When you say that, the vines kind of retract, and stay far away.
Okay.
Banthor, looking at this stone, you know that it is an enchantment magic. It radiates a small amount of radiant energy. It doesn't seem to be damaging, anybody. It's just, but that radiant energy does fill the room. When Necra exposes it, or whoever opened it up. Before it was unveiled, it didn't radiate that energy, but then when it was like uncovered, you see it. It's like a light that just shines through the room.
Strong radiant energy.
Yeah, and I wanted to just look at detect magic. Let me look at it real quick. Okay. All right. You can see the other items radiating energy from them. You can't get a clear look at them until they're fully exposed, but you can tell that they're there and such.
What do we have in here that can help us more?
So basically, is it'll add with Jade here. It'll add +4 to your Arcana roll, and give you more information than just a standard Arcana. Not exactly an identify, but if you and we'll let you know of anything that will curse you or things like that.
Okay, gotcha.
So it won't totally identify something, but it'll let you know if you shouldn't be messing with it.
All right, so I can do another Arcana then.
Okay. On the stone itself.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Okay.
I assist?
Sure.
Okay. Was that right? Somebody assisting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the best of y'all can roll, or yeah. You've got a 26 there, and
I'll use the help action with Necra to give Necra advantage on these checks.
Alright. Probably not going to be as good, but
18, 20,
Okay.
24 total.
Um, so, like I said earlier, it's a power source. Sarabella says, doing the research about the seven winds, they were talking about stones like this. This is if this is what it is, it should be able to power a golem, and Jade says that this one had a spell upon it most recently, but the spell was banished, it seems. And then she kind of like glazes over for a moment, her eyes, and then she pops back and says, John says that the illusion spell protecting the village is gone.
Could John use this source of power to reestablish the defenses because they have went down?
He can, but it would be different. It would be John's magic.
And she kind of looks around at the group, not trying to, unilaterally, but she's like, we don't know what brought down the defenses, but we need to reestablish some type of defense until we figure out. I think Fyron had something to do with it, but it could be losing some of the elders that were holding the magic, and until things can be reestablished, our best bet is to let John bolster the defenses.
The question I have is, will this cause the tree to wither quicker?
Well,
Will we be shooting ourselves in the foot with a crossbow, not a gun, for the sake of trying to do something that would cripple us, try and protect ourselves now, but cripple ourselves in the long run?
I mean,
Jade responds that she doesn't know what killed the treant, but it wasn't the stone.
this thing, and according to Banthor, this thing it's a radiating, what type of magic again? Enchantment and what?
So it has enchantment magic, and it is radiating a small amount of radiant energy.
Yeah, it's radiant. Yeah, that's the radiance. Jeez. I mean, if it's giving off radiant, I think it would help more than hinder the tree.
I'm not so concerned about the magical item itself. One of our initial plans or options was to bring back magical items we found, regardless of their source, and the tree could turn that into its own magic. The question I have is, if the tree is going to use its own magic, regardless of the source of that magic, would that make the tree weaker? Because our whole purpose is to strengthen the tree.
Right.
Jade will up in, answer basically a question that this stone will most likely hold whatever is cast onto it.
Oh, it's like an anchor. Wait, is this like a lodestone?
It is not what you would consider a lodestone, but it is acting as like that. Yes.
Okay. So basically, if the tree was to put a protective ward and anchor it to the stone, then the stone would be power. It would be the tree's magic, but it would be the stone that is holding it, not the tree.
So it doesn't weaken the tree by doing this. Not in the short term and not in the long run.
It would not. And if we needed to cut it off, we could just get John to release it. Basically, get him to drop whatever magic he put on us. So I think for the time being, it will not hurt for now or for the foreseeable future. And again, we can always remove it if need be.
We need to make
But as
sure
for right-
that since Sarabella is staying in the village when we go out on our quests, that she keeps a close eye on it for any sign of it causing the tree to weaken.
Not only would Sarabella be here, but Jade herself, who has joined the tree, melded with it in a way. In a
And
way,
she
has become
She giggles when you say that.
in a way, she has become another voice for the tree to help us understand what it's trying to tell us. And since they have melded, I don't think, if anything was to harm John, I think she would be one of the first to deal with it. If it puts you at ease.
Well, nothing about this necessarily puts me at ease. I'm not a magically inclined person.
Understandable.
We have, at the very least, we have thought out all the consequences to the tree and to the village. And if the group is in agreement that, or a majority agreement, I suppose, that the risk to the tree and the village is minimal, then I see no reason to not do it.
Mm-hmm. Again,
I believe we should go ahead and use the stone to protect the village.
and again, this is just for now until we can figure out what has caused the defenses to go down. And if we can reestablish the original, then this would just be an extra layer on top of that.
Yeah, let's do it. What's the timeline on the defenses going down? Like, do we know when they went down, or
When you came into the grove, you could tell that the outside perimeter was down, and then when the int fell, you felt a loss of the second of the village defenses.
And so the outer layer and then the next layer upon that went down.
So the outer layer was more like was kind of like an illusional maze spell. So it would, distract people, make them go in different directions. And then the spell that was on the village itself was an illusion spell. That would, you just wouldn't see the village.
and they both went down in as far as timeline goes, or other major events happening, they went down during the small civil war we just had.
Correct.
Relatively quickly.
Yeah.
So, if we're in agreement, John, you can take the stone. Just kind of looking at the vines now.
Gotcha. the vines kind of come over to the stone and wrap around it mostly, making like a wire, like if you were going to jewel it and such, and slowly lift it up into the middle of the room. For a moment, you feel its power, and it's before you're given permission. Basically, you feel a strong urge to leave this area, and then that is taken away. It's just for a second, and as the spell is being worked. So it's basically almost forcing you to leave the area, and then it stops. As you and you could feel other members of the village are added to the list of people who can repel the spell.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel that it sweeps over the whole village. So it is only protecting the village itself.
Gotcha. So far, so good. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna take out the ring with the fire opal on it.
Okay. You determine that is a resistance to fire.
Ooh, nice. So, a ring of fire resistance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Pull out the shard, crackling shard.
Give me a second. Elemental essence shard, earth.
Oh, set shard. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up.
This crackling crystal contains the essence of elemental plane. As an action, you can attach this shard to any tiny object, such as a weapon or piece of jewelry, or detach it. If it falls off, it falls off if your attunement to it ends. So you have to attune to it. You can use the shard as a spell casting focus while you hold it or wear it. When you use metamagic option on a spell while you are holding or wearing the shard, you can use the property of it. The property is you gain resistance to a damage type of your choice until the start of your own turn, of your next turn.
Ooh.
So if you use metamagic, you can then give yourself a resistance to a damage type. To a damage type of your choice, so slashing, piercing, necrotic, whatever.
That's nice.
To the beginning of your next turn. And that does not take an action or anything, but you do have to be attuned to it, and you have to use metamagic that turn to activate it. So it does have condition.
Yeah. Only works for pretty much anybody that has metamagic, mainly sorcerers. So. Okay. Ring of fire resistance. Essence shard of earth? Earth shard?
Elemental essence shard, earth.
Yep.
Okay. Got it.
What? It's a wondrous item. And the amulet, there's this symbol of the deity, which is the black, the large black toad, has precious stones embedded in it, mostly onyx, and some other dark stones. While if you were a servant of what's his doodle, you would get a +1 bonus to your spell attack rolls and saving DCs, and has channel divinity without expending once per day.
Amulet of the Devout. Okay.
But you have to be a follower of
Of
Mhm.
Melander.
Melander, whatever it was. Yeah.
Still not sure where the yell keeps coming in.
Melander. Yeah. Anyway.
Ring, shard, amulet, the big rock.
I think that was all.
Yeah.
Because the coins Maxie still has, and they didn't seem magical.
Yeah, they didn't radiate magic.
Okay, so she
And
holds up. Go ahead.
and just a question: did anybody else actually try to touch the big rock?
Besides you,
Yeah.
I mean, Ash would have, but I don't think I didn't speak that out. Like where she was Arcana checking, but she would have been touching it.
Yeah. Just
So
Yeah, you would have gotten the same request. Can I meld with you?
no. Okay, that was part of what I was kind of wondering about.
Gotcha.
yes, she would have. She probably would have said like, "Did you get that same feeling?"
I was wondering if it might have something to do with how I came to be. Yada.
It's an interesting thing. Like we can't count it out, so we can't count anything out at this point. She will hold up the ring. This ring will help resist against fire attacks. We have been asked to journey to the Reds domain. So this could come in handy if we decide to accept that task.
Cerbella. Oh, never mind. She knows. Never mind. I forgot she was there.
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah, never mind. Don't listen to me.
Present for the conversation, yes.
Yeah. I forgot. You also have the onyx spider.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that. I'm pretty sure I know what that does, but yeah, we'll check that too.
After a while of investigating it, it's. I don't know if they have this particular item, but I know it's a onyx statue, like the
Figurine of wondrous power.
Right. Instead of like the elephant, where it turns into an elephant, this turns into a large black spider.
Okay.
And it has a once a week use. I can't remember if it has to be attuned to.
Figurines of wondrous power don't. You just have to know their command word.
Gotcha.
To activate them.
Okay. Since that's the case, can I get y'all to whoever wants to roll Arcana?
Sure.
See if we can figure out the activation word.
Assuming I can get help from somebody, I'm gonna roll that with advantage, plus guidance, plus all the other stuff.
Hmm.
So 23, 25, so 29 total.
The activation word is justice.
Really?
That's funny when when we remember who was using it. Twisted justice.
Yep.
Okay. And this is it's something that's like just a standard giant spider, CR1. All right.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. It's cool.
Well, what's an elephant?
Elephant is a good question. I think it's like CR3, but don't quote me on that.
So it's going to be probably stronger than a standard giant spider.
Okay.
I guess what we'll do is we'll use the elephant as the stat block for it. Outside of it has the properties of whatever the giant spider would have.
Gotcha.
So it would have the stats of the elephant, hit points and such.
But
Probably, yeah. But any of the features that a giant spider can do, it'll had to have that, like spider climb and anything else like that.
Right. Spider climb, the web shooting, all of it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. I believe
I can make a character here on Roll20 for that. So.
CR4.
Oh, CR4.
Yeah, I thought it was a 4 when I was when I asked that question. I'm like, I think it's a 4. So
I knew it was higher. And it was like it was around 3 or 4. Just that's what I say. Don't quote me.
Yeah, so it's going to be a pretty sturdy beast. Excuse me. But with the casting for once every 7 days.
What's the duration?
24 hours.
Okay, so it'll last 24 hours. These items here will come in handy on our journeys outside the village.
It'd be fun to watch the Drider ride a giant spider. The Drow ride a giant spider.
No spiders.
I mean, if he doesn't want to use it for a mount, I definitely think Ash could use that since she's the squishy sorcerer, something to kind of help defend her.
Yeah, that sounds like a better plan.
Oh, you don't want to be a Drider or be
a spider.
Mistaken for a Drider? Well, they call him.
Nope, there's too many legs on those things.
Anybody for the Ring of Fire resistance?
Does that have to be attuned?
Yes, that is an attuned item. I'm thinking Kellum, if he's going to be running up and we're going to be doing with possible something that breathes fire soon.
Yeah,
that was. Yeah, I was going to suggest that, but
I'm thick-headed enough to keep running up, even though I kept falling last time.
So.
And also keep in mind we have eventually somebody's gonna finish those cloaks for us, or
I do
whatever.
have some I do have cloaks of fire resistance. Those are the poncho of fire resistance. It's not a cloak, it's poncho. That one is temporary, but yeah, you could probably stack that on with the ring.
Well, yeah, but somebody who actually has a clue is supposed to have those skins, so.
That's what I'm saying. We took Ash took those to Sharp Hill, and that's how I got the poncho from those. Obviously, the shard worked for Ash, so I don't think anyone else is going to argue about her just keeping. And for the amulet, we need to keep that put away. But that is something that can be used for questioning or figuring. Because Ash is interested in knowing how she got this. So, do we want to kind of end right there? Any final words, thoughts, concerns?
I'd like to check in on the blacksmith real quick. See if there's anything about that before we end the session.
Go for
it. Okay. So you make your way back to the blacksmith. As the rest of the party is kind of talking about other things there, and he has been able to make some progress with it. He seems that he has tested it a little bit. Some of it is he put too much of a fire on it. He thought it needed to be hotter, but it's damaged one half of it. And then he put a lower building fire to slowly find its malleability point, and is able to form that. He says it takes a long process to really be able to do it well, but so basically, what you gave him was enough for like an arm piece, like a forearm. But the first part of it got mangled, and it is not usable. So what's left of it is more like a bracelet, not bracelet, but like a small arm guard, a bracer, small arm guard, and such. So by itself isn't going to lend much protection per se. If you had, but he says, if you have more of this, or we could try to fashion this into something more usable. It doesn't seem like it has the ability to hold magic, though. So it's not a metal or a gemstone that can hold metal to hold an enchantment or anything, and haven't been able to really affix anything to it either, at least not at the point. If you had more pieces, we could either fashion a shield or other pieces of armor.
Right, I have my pieces.
I couldn't make it. It would not be a suitable weapon, though.
Ah, that was my next question.
Right. Couldn't really make it into a suitable weapon.
Okay. So I'll show him how much I have. How many different say armors could you make out of this? A couple of them would need to be fairly light armor. Let's see what I got. And some medium armor.
Yeah,
No heavy
so-
armor.
Anything made with this would be light armor.
Okay.
And with the 2 large pieces, he could make, either a full plate with this, or could possibly make 2 banded, basically banded plates with it. Though it all still would be considered light, like if it was mithril. And with the smaller pieces, he could fashion, either a full set of plate mail with this, or because it has enough for the legs and the arm, and the chest. It just wouldn't have a helmet. Or you could fashion a helmet out of it and a breastplate with some arm pieces.
To go for what it makes the most amount of pieces so that more of the group can benefit from this material.
Okay. So spreading it out, you could do 2 banded and some arm and leg pieces. Or arm pieces.
Arm
which,
pieces would be good for like the casters and the ranged folk.
Gotcha.
And then the bandit would be good for the ones that go up close, right?
Yeah. So it is going to take a few days of meddling before he can really get into the actual fabrication. He's going to use this one last.
Insist that the group stays here for a long rest. So hopefully we can stay here long enough to get that done and have that with us when we go, because we all need a long rest. Well, I need one.
Yeah.
Right.
Need spell.
Ashra, you need 3 days of training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you said about a day and a half.
Oh, excuse me, not you, not Ashra. Somebody else needed. Hold on. Well, I think I did have you 3 days. Oh, but we changed it down to a day and a half. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Banthor needs Banthor needs a day, and Necra, you've already done your day, your stuff. So Banthor needs a full day to train, and Ashra, you need a day and a half of training.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you'll need, to hang out for about 3 days, 2 or 3 days, to fully level up.
And I don't think we're leaving too soon yet with the just getting after this aftermath. We kind of still want to make sure things are calmed down in the village before we take off again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So we'll go for that on the armor stuff. The couple of different arm pieces for the ranger, or for the for our ranged and caster, and then the banded armor for Banthor and myself, I think.
Okay.
Unless anybody has other. Well, Killen's kind of trying to do this on the sly and just give it to them later. But if there's anything you guys are like, no, this would not work out for me, don't do that.
Well, you don't have to worry. I can't wear armor at all.
Not even like an arm thing.
I can't wear anything that's considered armor, unless it's that elven chain, which is an actual elven.
It's like mithril, and elven chain is basically mithril, right?
Well, elven chain is armor, but you don't have to have proficiency with armor to use it. Basically.
Gotcha. If it's the armbands, I would treat it like that, and we would just we could utilize, it wouldn't be as if you were wearing chainmail, but basically I would give you as if you were wearing a shield.
Okay.
So give you +2 to your armor class for the armbands. Kind of like bracers of defense or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah, I can't do I can wear bracers of defense. So could just treat it like that. Just
Yeah, we just treat it like that kind of
braces.
thing.
All right.
All right.
Now
That
that being said, because I'm casting mage armor on myself, and I've got a
Mhm.
shield. So if we throw bracers on top of that to give me +2, I'm going to be rocking a 19 armor class.
Holy crap.
Yeah, is that okay? Like,
Yeah. So
Um,
bracers of
The rule of cool says I gave it to you, so have fun.
okay.
Well, see,
Mm.
that's
Just
what
being
bracers of
forthcoming.
defense kind of work like that. It works when you don't wear armor, and it doesn't count against mage armor. So
Yeah, because
take the
it's not-
AC 17.
it's not physical armor. So it's a matter.
All right. So it sounds like maybe we need 3 bracers then instead of 2.
So
What do you want,
two bracers of defense. Necro can wear up to medium armor. That's what
Yes.
So, so you'll get two pieces of armor and then the 2 bracers, and then a little bit of material left over. Not
I'll hold on to
much.
it for a rainy day.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And I was looking, and looks like the closest to banded mail is the splint mail.
Well, that's yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for. So I think
17. Yeah, gives you a 17. Base 17 split.
So we're gonna to do this as far as our sheets go. It'd be copying the splint heavy armor, and then we'd customize it to be the light and everything.
correct. Or you
Or
can just
no,
grab whatever
the-
light armor you have and just augment the AC.
Well, you could
Oh.
look for
Customize.
mithril splint if you're
Oh yeah, there you go.
doing it like that. You just
Yeah.
look up mithril splint.
Mithril split. Okay.
Or if there's not a mithril splint, there might be.
Oh, there is.
Okay,
It is.
right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a basic thing.
All right.
I mean, it's not it's an
Yeah.
item found. So,
Yeah, I understand what you meant by basic. Standard
for-
magical item.
yeah, standard type of thing. For Necro, though, because splint is heavy, but for Necro, it would have to be medium or lower.
Yeah, and
So up to half plate, basically, for Necro. She could do leather, studded
Well-
leather, scale, breastplate, half plate.
Based on
Yeah.
the amount of material that we had, the only way to get 4 pieces out of it was by
We
going
could
with the
do-
splint, right?
If we do the extra, he can do the breastplate for Necro.
The mithril breastplate.
Uh,
Right? Is that the?
I mean, mithril. I mean, I think there is, but breastplate does not give disadvantage already. Because basically, that's what mithril does: is take away
Right.
disadvantage from armor.
yeah, well, I tried throwing on the mithril splint, and it, like, everything got disadvantage immediately.
Yeah, because it's heavy.
Yeah.
Splint is heavy armor,
Right.
and you can only go up
It's
to.
supposed to be one weight class below, but
Can't we customize if we add the mithril splint? We can customize it to be light.
no.
No.
No, she
Nope.
would have to take medium armor. If she puts heavy armor on, it's going to be disadvantages on her because she's not proficient with heavy at all.
Could it be scale?
Scale
Or
is
is it-
medium. Again,
Yeah.
scale, breastplate,
Yeah.
half plate.
Yeah.
Is
Any one of those, you know. What's the AC on a banded?
The AC on that was 17.
Okay. And then
if
what
you
are the
take
ACs on the other one? On the medium?
It was 14.
14.
14, 14, and 15 for half plate.
Okay. And then
But
does it have?
remember, it's +2 from Dex mod. So if they get half plate plus the 2 from Dex, it would be 17.
Okay.
And there is
Yeah,
no half plate.
Yeah. Does the half plate give you any? Oh, so the mithril just takes away the disadvantage anyhow. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just takes
Yeah.
away the disadvantage.
Yeah. So whatever is going to give you the best AC, you can take that and then make it mithril.
If you're going
On the
medium,
medium.
it would be half plate. If you're going leather, it'd be studded leather. So,
Yeah.
it's just depending on which one you want.
Okay, so 15 for the half plate, +2 for my dex, and +1 for the cheese-tastic factor of my fighting style and
Your defense.
dual wielding.
So 18, 19 when you're dual wielding, 18 if you're not.
No, actually, it's 18.
Yeah, 18 when you're. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
15.
it's 2 for dex, 1 for.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Your
So,
Yeah. 17 or 18. Okay.
17 plus your fighting style would be 18. Then when you're dual wielding, it would be 19.
Unfortunately, I misremembered. The fighting style does not give bonus to defense.
Did you take defensive? No, you took
No,
2 weapons.
2 weapon.
Yeah, so you don't have defensive. So yeah, just 18.
Yeah.
When you're dual wielding.
That's fine. Anywho,
So let me make sure I get this right. We got bracers of defense for Banthor and Ashura.
mm,
We've got basically a composite half plate for Necra.
yes.
Mhm.
And then I'll be getting the splint version of that, of the composite.
Correct.
Mm.
All right, and we're basing the stats, this composite material, its stats are based out of the mithril armors.
Correct.
So, mithril splint, which will give you a base of 17. The
And
splint
it
is just
should not
7.
give you disadvantage on stealth and stuff like that.
No disadvantage on stealth because it's mithril.
And these are all black.
All black. Oh, nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm.
Bracers up the.
So yeah, we'll next session I'll do the whole, like, Kelm brings it and gives it to you guys and explains it.
All right, sounds good. Well, we got it straightened out.
All right.
All right, you want to close us out, DM?
Yeah. So let's see, non-wardens get 1800 XP,
Ooh, nice.
and the wardens get 1350.
Zero.
All right. Quarter of the way.
Nice.
Jim, do you want to do the Twitch sign off?
Well, I appreciate everybody, and my players and my audience, and we will be still in the same chapter, but we'll be moving out of this chapter pretty soon. And we'll be our player characters will be getting titles, and we'll be getting into that. And they're going to reconstruct their leadership system. So we won't have to deal with like all the role play for that, but they will have a what do they call that? A debriefing or something like that. They're going to ask you some questions and stuff, and to find out what's going on. But I think with the titles you'll be given, you'll have a lot more freedom to do things, and yeah. But we'll handle that next session. I appreciate everybody showing up, and y'all have a good one. See you next time. Oh, that being said, our next
16th.
session will be the 16th of June. All right.
All right.
See you then.
See everybody then. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Yeah.